Yes, probably on occasion.
Okay, so can you please more detail about that?
I can't think of any specific situations, but I think in general maybe women are better at discussing their emotions about things, and maybe that can create some difficulties in the communication.
Yes.
That we maybe interpret things differently than a man would.
Do you have any difficulties working with women or communicating with them?
For the most part, no. I try to treat everybody as equal as possible, especially when it comes to working in a small business environment. It's very important to get the most amount of productivity out of one individual. And it's a matter of how you inspire them. So everybody's uniquely different. So I don't care if it's gender, race, big, small, brown, black, yellow. It doesn't matter with me. Just as long as they, provide the role and do their job and is a good human being, and that's all I really care about.
It's quite hard to talk to men if you are a woman, because men and women have different style of thinking and different topics. Women like to talk about shopping, about children, and they spend very long time for talking. But for men, they tend to talk about their career and not really want to talk much.
I think it depends on what country again, but as a majority in America, the women are more straightforward. It seems like, and they're not as timid. But again, that depends on the country. Yeah, that's been my experience so far.
So how about Asia?
In Asia, again, it depends on which country in Asia. But a lot of times women are shy at work or can be shy. But again, that's starting to change even in Asia as the tides move. Specifically, my experience is working in Korea and Singapore, and those are two very different places. In Korea, the women are more shy in the workplace, but in Singapore, they are less so.
I think there are a few factors, to be honest, and that just depends on the cultural upbringing of that particular place. In America, it's now 50-50 due to women's suffrage, and women really push for it, politicians really push for it. But if you go to places in, let's say, maybe Far East Asia, you still see the masculinity difference, the power distance, especially in business culture. Now that has to deal with centuries and centuries of just cultural, what do we call it, cultural experience, I believe. And also there's socioeconomic factors that deal with that as well, So yeah, definitely the power shift is for sure more to the man. That's just how it is. So until you have big politicians pushing for women's suffrage in Asia, which I don't really see happening very soon, then maybe you'll see a little bit of a difference. But I can see slowly of a difference though. There's more and more women entrepreneurs every year.
I think men are possibly more decisive. They make a decision and stick to it, whereas women, potentially overanalyze things a little bit more, or want to think a little bit more in depth before making a final decision on something.
1 second. I should think about a good one.